Every day, I send 3 of my friends the same message. You're not broken. Right now, everyone is obsessed with inner work, going to therapy, reading self-help books, and healing their wounds. And yes, overall is probably a good thing, but there is a dark flip side. Everyone is going around believing there is something wrong with them, believing that they are broken because of something that happened in the past, believing that they need to be fixed before they can do the thing that they want to do. But what if you're not broken? What if you're stuck in self-help quicksand? What if the deep sessions, the research, the processing has become the crutch? Every time you try and make progress, there is another thing that you think is wrong with you. It's not helpful. It's a trap. And no one's going to get you out of this loop. The world doesn't care about your trauma, but the world will let you get stuck in self-help land, buying courses, reading books, doing worksheets. When you feel broken, other people profit. And yes, a lot of this stuff can be helpful, but none of it is going to heal you. Real change happens when you do the thing you're scared of. So if you're feeling lost, maybe it's because you're comparing yourself to other people, or because you think you should be further ahead than you are, or you should have figured more out. Maybe you have huge dreams for your life, but when you think of your actual reality, they feel so far away and it all just feels a bit much. So you settle for less. Don't. I have so been there too. Before I started my own business, I was so incredibly lost. In any friendship group, I'd be the odd one out. I never felt like I fit in anywhere. The person I was and the life I was living were two totally different realities. I thought I was too weird or too intense or just boring, thinking the problem was me and not my environment, thinking that I needed to figure it all out before I made progress. I fell into this trap too. It's trendy to be broken. But what if you're not? Don't believe you need to do inner work before you do anything. Really, the healing happens when you take action. No one else can face your fears. When you rely on other people, you create over-reliance. If you always need reassurance, you'll rely on reassurance forever. So as soon as you run out, you'll need to be topped up again and again, so you'll never solve the problem. You don't need to solve the struggle to start the journey. You need to struggle through the journey until it's no longer a struggle. If you start walking, the way appears. Action is the answer. Stop saying, I can't do this because, and start saying, I will find a way. And watch how the world works in your favor. You're not broken. It's something else. Anxiety, envy, shame, sadness, overwhelm, anger, all these 6 emotions come from one thing: lost perspective. When we feel any of these 6 things, it means that we're getting caught in the emotions that make us lose perspective. And smart people, like us, over-intellectualize their feelings. So we obsess over fleeting emotions, thinking that they mean there's something wrong inside. But instead, you can see them as separate and let them go. You probably just need a reframe. Feeling anxiety means you're worrying about what might happen. Your brain thinks of all these what ifs. So what if I fail, or what if I make mistakes? But the real problem is that you've lost perspective on what is real. Losing touch with reality just means you need to remind yourself what is true. So when this happens to me, I write down what I know for sure at the top of a blank piece of paper, and then I list the things that I know for sure. Literally anything, but it has to be real. And this is how to get grounded again. Feeling envy means you think you want things other people have, elements of their life or situation you wish were yours. Scrolling through LinkedIn or Instagram, everyone's crushing it. But I promise you, these people have problems too. And if you knew them, you would probably rather have your problems. Envy means you've lost perspective on who you are. The fix for envy is gratitude. So think right now of 3 things you're grateful for: things you have, things you are, things you own, people in your life. Feel in your body that you're grateful for them. Every time you feel envy, come back to gratitude. Embarrassment is feeling silly for doing something badly or making a mistake. When we've messed up and we keep thinking about it, worrying about what other people will think of us, all it means is that we've lost perspective on what matters. I have so felt this one. I've said the wrong thing, or something hasn't gone well, and I've thought I've made a bad impression. And then I remind myself that Other people have made this exact mistake before. You are not the only person in the whole world to forget your train of thought in a keynote. You're not the only person to have ever had something in your teeth or said the wrong thing to an important client. It doesn't matter. It never does. The only person thinking about it is you. No one else cares. Sadness is dwelling on past losses or failures, stuck replaying old losses, failed relationships, missed chances, and mainly this means you've lost perspective on present opportunities and you're not allowing yourself to be happy right now. Sadness can feel the most real and the hardest one to reframe, but it's still a perspective thing. Sadness fades, perspective comes back. One time I bought a notebook in Germany and it had German writing on it that I didn't translate until way after buying it, but it said something very important. It said, in the end, it's all good. So if it's not good, it's not the end. Sadness is focusing on the downside rather than focusing on the good that's going to come out of it, because it will. Experiencing overwhelm means you are feeling buried under responsibilities, too many tasks, too many commitments, too many tabs open in your brain. Overwhelm is a simple lack of perspective on where to focus. Once you know where to put your attention, you can so easily deal with it. To get more focus, honestly, do less. Cut things out of your life and your calendar. If it doesn't contribute to who you want to be or what you want to achieve, cut it out. Focus on one thing, not trying to do everything, just the next step. Overwhelm is also opportunity, and sometimes you just need to laugh at yourself. So my friend was feeling overwhelmed when she had too many sales coming through her website. So I joked with her, oh, you poor thing, all this money flying at you from all these people who want to buy your stuff. And then she saw the funny side. Most of our problems are good problems to have. Finally, anger. Lashing out at minor inconveniences means you have lost perspective on what's important. And when you let yourself get triggered, you give your power away. Your energy changes to someone who is not the best version of you. Andy Warhol said that his favorite phrase is, so what? He said that people go around letting the same thing make them angry or unhappy again and again and again when they could just say, so what? It's the simple fix for anger. Really, no one is trying to make you angry. And if they are, remove them from your life because your peace is more important. So to stop feeling lost and find your way, stop waiting, start walking, and you'll see the path. You don't need to be fixed. You don't need more inner work. Instead, take action, move forward, win the mental game by reframing. Find your perspective again. Change your geography. Leave your house, your city, the friendship group that doesn't align. Problems look different from different places. The way appears when you walk it, not when you've fixed everything, not when you feel ready, but when you put one foot in front of the other. You're not broken. You're figuring it out, just like everyone else. This has been another day of posting every day on YouTube. If you found this useful, give it a like so that more people see it. Hit subscribe for more videos about reframing unhelpful thoughts, and I will see you in the next one.